Hi, and welcome to BremSter Puzzles, a channel where I try and showcase the fun that could be had in the world of variant Sudoku. And today I'm doing this with a bit of a throwback with a theme. So, as of time of me recording this, overnight there was a feature on BremSter's YouTube channel where he does setter spotlights, and he did a setter spotlight with a setter named Ambrose. Ambrose has been featured a few times on my channel, a lot of the times with regards to puzzle packs. And there were a few puzzles mentioned by Ambrose about puzzles that he was happy with. And one of them was this puzzle, The Well, which is the first puzzle that Ambrose says that they published, which they were happy with. So this is The Well by Ambrose from, I think, back in 2021. I wasn't able to get an exact date. So this is one of Ambrose's first puzzles, and there's a few others that were mentioned as well. So I may actually try and do a bit of an Ambrose feature themed around the fact that BremSter over on BremSter's channel, and I'll provide links to the stream below where you can go and check out the stream with Ambrose and subscribe to BremSter. BremSter is very close to getting 1,000 subscribers, so you absolutely should go check out BremSter's channel where he's interviewed a whole bunch of different puzzle creators. If you're interested in Sudoku puzzles, it is absolutely something to check out. Many of the puzzles that have been, or many of the creators who have been featured on my channel have been interviewed by BremSter. It is well worth going and taking a look. But I thought, you know what? Let's have a look at some of Ambrose's puzzles because of the feature of Ambrose. So let's have a look at The Well by Ambrose. So what do we have? We've got normal Sudoku rules apply. So in every box, in every row, and in every column, the digits 1 to 9 must be placed without repetition. We have arrows. So digits on an arrow, so these are on an arrow, must sum to the digit placed in the arrow circle. So these two digits, the sum gets put here. These two digits, the sum gets put here. We have cages. Digits in cages must sum to the number in the top left corner of the cage. So those sum to 22, those sum to 7, those sum to 14. And then the diagonals. On the diagonals, digits may not repeat. So there are 9 cells on a diagonal. We've got the digits 1 to 9, and we're not allowed to repeat digits. I'll let you figure that one out for yourself. I'm going to restart the puzzle to restart my timer. Let's give this a shot. So there's a couple of gimmies here. This is a 3-cell cage. The minimum we can put in is 1, 2, 3. We have to increase, which is 6. We need to increase one of those digits without causing repeats. We have to increase the 3 to a 4. How can we do 11 now? Well, we can't do... there's a couple of ways. We can't do 9, 2. We could do 8, 3. We can't do 7, 4. We could do 5, 6. So we know 9 is in one of those two, because we can't put 9 in the 11 cage, or we can't put 9 in the 7 cage, and you can't put 9 on an arrow, where you have to add a digit and then sum to it. So 9 is in one of those two. And that's important in this puzzle because all of these arrowheads have to be different. And the reason for that is if you look at this arrowhead, for example, this sees this one it's in the same row as this one, so it can't be the same. It's in the same column as this one because it can't be the same. And it's on the same diagonal as that one, so it can't be the same. And the same is true for all of them. All of these see the other ones in either the same row, column, or diagonal. So if one of those is a 9, neither of those are a 9, but the minimum they could be is 4. So they're 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's not that restricted. So 6 is either 1, 5 or 2, 4. What's the restriction in here? A 22 must have a 9 in it. Because if I don't include a 9 in a 22 cage, yeah, where's 9 in this column? But if I don't put a 9 in a 22 cage, the maximum is 876, and 876 is only 21. So there must be a 9 in this cage. But where's the 9 in this column now? I can't put it in the 7 cage. I can't put it in the 11 cage because it would need a 2 and I can't have it. I can't put it on an arrow. This is a 9 arrow. Okay, and now this is 4 through 8. And remember, those 3 yellow cells must be different. But this is a bit restricted. It's actually, well, it can't be 1, 2, or 4. So this can't be a 4. 7, 2 might work. I need to put 8 in this row. I could put 8 in the 16 cage. Okay, so Well, actually, I know the sum of those 3 digits. That's a bit interesting because an entire column of a Sudoku contains the digits 1 through 9. If you add the digits 1 through 9, you get 45. So the entire column sums to 45. Those are 18. Add 9, you get to 27. So these are 45 minus 27, which is 18. So those digits in blue sum to 18. But the maximum those could sum to is 15, because I could do 817. In fact, 7 is in one of those, because I can't put 7 in the 11 cage. What else am I missing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 7 is in one of these 3. 7, 2, 7, 7, 2 would work, I think. But 7 is in one of those 3. And what did they sum to? 17. So the other 2 digits have to sum. They sum to 17 because this was 1827. No, these sum to 18. So the other 2 digits have to sum to 11. So it's 7 and 2 digits that sum to 11. Because 18, 27, 27 and 18 is 45. So these blue cells sum to 18. So I need 2 digits that sum to 11. So if it was 7, well, I couldn't use 9, 2. I could use 8, 3. I couldn't use 7, 4. I could use 5, 6. So it's 7 and the other digits that aren't in this cage. Well, this can't be an 8. 7, 2 would make these either 8, 8, 3, 5. There's something going on here. Maybe I do the same in other rows. Because I know the sum of the other rows as well, like this one. Because these sum to 16 plus 7 is 23, 32. So those digits there in green sum to 13. Oh, wait. I'm going to be able to get the sum of those, aren't I? Because green... Right. So green sums to 13. Blue sums to, because this is going to be, this is weird. And I like it. 23, 32. So these sum to, blue sums to 13, green sums to 13, these were 18, 27, these sum to 18. So this is 18. But I also know the sum of those 4 digits. Let's call them red. I'm going to get rid of the yellow. Red is, well, those sum to 20. So red is 25. And the sum of those, this may not be the way to look at this, but these sum to 29. So orange has to sum to 16. Now there's a little bit of overlap here. Because all of these, was it better to look at it from all of the columns perspective? I might be able to do this using set, you know. Because if we look at all of these, let's look at all of those. There might be a cleaner way of looking at this. Okay. If we look at all, what did I do? If we look at all of those minus those, oh, those are counted twice, sorry. So I've put an extra slash in them. These are 45 each. So we're at 180. But I can subtract some of these. I'm actually going to, for the first time in a very long time, bring up my notes sheet. So we're at 180. Holy cow. I've got some, this has not been opened in ages. It's got notes from like months ago. So we're at 180. But what do the cages sum to? So the cages in blue, we've got 22, 7, 11, 7, 7, 16, 6, and 14. The sum of all of that is 90. Right. Okay, well, that's interesting, because if I remove those cages, the sum of all of that is 90. But these are counted twice. So those digits which cannot repeat times 3, because this, so these have to sum to 30. Because those digits, if I yeah, those have to sum to 30. So those are 6, 7, 8, and 9. And the reason for that is whatever I put in those digits are counted in each row and in each column, but that is also the sum of those. So the way I can look at that is, how do I figure this out? So the way I can look at that is, yeah, I can see it. I'm just trying to figure out how to explain it, because I haven't explained a concept like this on the channel for a long time. Is these digits, I'll change the blue to green. These green digits are one set of the sum of the arrows. So this plus this plus this plus this is green. This plus this plus this plus this is the set of the arrows, and you can't repeat the digits because of the diagonals. But each of these arrows is counted twice, once in the column and once in the row. So what we end up with is you've got the arrowheads counted twice and then the arrows counted once. But we know that these digits are counted in those rows and columns but have to sum to 90, because the cages sum to 90, but the total of those rows and columns is 180. I'm not explaining this well. Maybe I am. Hopefully you follow. Which means that these have to sum to 90 divided by 3, which is 30. But 6, 7, 8, 9 is 30, and you can't repeat digits. So there's no 5 here, there's no 4 or 5 here, and there's no 4 or 5 here. These are 6, 7, 8, 9. Now, does that put more of a restriction on? It better, otherwise I'm in trouble. And if it does, where does it put the restriction? Now, there must be a 6 or an 8 in here. There must be a 9 in here. So I've got 22 and I've got 2 digits that sum to 13 to get the total. I could use, so it's 9 with either 8, 4 or 7, hang on. 9, 2 digits that sum to 13, which is 8, 5 or 7, 6. So there, but it can't be 976, because if this is 976, because I can't do 9, 4, 9, and lower than that doesn't work. If this is 9, 7, 6, both of those are 8. So this is 9, 8, 5. It must be, because 9, 7, 6 would break those cells. So there's no 8 in either of those, and this is the 8, and this is a 6, 7. Right, and now I know the sum, what these digits are. These are 1, 2, 3, and 4. But this is an 8 now. The 6, 7 here means where's the 8 in this column? It's in one of those 3 cells. Because this has to be, well, this can't be the 7 anymore, because the 7 would make that the 6, and this would have to be a -1. This is very clever. But I think I'm still missing an important trick. Well, hang on, this is a 3, 4, because these have to sum to 7, and the highest digits available. So there's no 3 or 4 in these. These are 1 and 2. So this is restricted, because if this is a 6, this is a 4 or a 5, and if it's a 7, it's a 5 or a 6. So this is only 4, 5, or 6, and it's not 4. This is only 5 or 6, and there must be a 5 or a 6 in here. No, and now this can't be 5, 6. The only ways of making 11 are 5, 6, or 3, 8. There's no 5, 6 anymore. This is 3, 8. So this isn't 1, 2, 3, 4. This is 5, 6, or 7 only. 5 would make that 4, 6 would make that 3, 7 would make that 2. Okay. And now 7 is in one of those cells, because I can't put 7 in a 7 cage because it would need to go with 0. But I think I want to look here, because this I think is now, no, this one isn't as restricted, because 6 could go with 5 or 4, and 7 could go with 5 or 6. So this is 4, 5, or 6. But this, this isn't 8, 3, because it can't be that. It could be 9, 2, can't be 8, 3, could be 7, 4, could be 5, 6. But hang on, I know what those 2 digits sum to, because what we've still got 45 in the row, and I know, yeah, this is 5, 6, 7. I'm good here, but I know what those 2 digits sum to, because these are 16 plus 7, which is 20, I'm getting my math wrong, 23, plus 9 is 32. So these have to sum to 5. So this is 1, 2, or 3 only, because those 2 digits have to sum to 5. So a 1 would make that a 7, a 2 would make that a 6, and a 3 would make that a 5 for the arrow to work. So this is 5, 6, or 7. And that puts a 9 in this 14 cage. And I can't put a 7 in the 14 cage with the 9, because then the total would already be 16. So that's 7, 1. Now the 9, or the 7 makes this the 6 and this the 7. Doesn't resolve this, but it does this. This can't be a 6. Oh, it doesn't fully resolve it. But the 1 makes that the 2, which makes that the 1, which makes that the 6 for the arrow to work. 6 is 2 plus 4. There's no 4 in here, so this isn't 2, 4, and this better work. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 2, 3, 9 is 14. There's no 2 here because of that 2. The 4 makes this 3 and this 4. Seven in this row is now in the 16 cage with 2 digits that sum to 9. Well, they're not 1, 8. They're not 2, 7. They're 3, 6, or 4, 5. Maybe the 7 cage is more restricted. Can't be 1, 6. Oh, well, hang on. I know those digits sum to 5 because these, so this is going to be a 4 because these sum to 23, 24, well, yeah, 23, 24, 33, 41, that's a 4, which means this is a 5, which I could have got from just the column logic. But now this 7 cage can't be 1, 6. It can be 2, 5. It can't be 3, 4, and that runs us out. So these are the leftover digits, and they better work. 1, 2, 3, 6, and 7. 3, 6, and 7 is 16. The 3 is looking down saying that's not the 3. The 1 is making this the 5 and this the 1. 3 is in one of those two. 5 is making that 2 and that 5. Looking up saying that's not 5. And all of the arrows are done. Bam, can get rid of those. I've got all of the long cages done. Oh, this isn't 2 or 3. That's the 9. I can take the 9 out of those. So we possibly want to look at these cages. Maybe start with the small one. How do I do 8? I could do 1, 7. I can't do 2, 6. So it's 1, 7 or 3, 5. There's no 1 here. There's no 2 or 4 here. This is the 1. There's no 1 here. This is 2, 4. Which hasn't restricted that. The 7 makes this the 6. So 6 comes out of those. These are 3, 7. Can I do a similar restriction up here? Not as obviously. So 1 in... Well, these are 1, 5, 7, and 8. All I know is 1 is in one of those two. Okay, over here, I've got 3, 6, 7, 8. So 7 is in one of those two. 14. It can't be 9, 5. It could be 8, 6. And that's it. This is 8, 6. So that puts 8 in one of those two. Oh, this is 8, 6. Because the 8, 6 here means I can't put 8, 6 in any of those. So this is 6, 8. And the 6 is looking down, making that the 8 and that the 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. These are 3 and 7. So this is now a triple. 2, 4, 9. Well, there's no 4 there. So 4 is in one of those two. There's no 2 there. 2 is in one of those two. I like this puzzle. I really like this puzzle. So that, well, that's a virtual 3, 7 pair. As in, if this is 1, 7, that has to be 3, so I couldn't put 3 or 7 in any of those. And if this is 3, 5, that's a 7, and I couldn't put 3 or 7 in any of those. But, well, this can't be 9, 2 anymore, and it can't be 8, 3, and it can't be 7, 4. This is 5, 6. So there's no 5 here. This is the 5. This is a really good puzzle. For someone's first puzzle, this is really clever. I like this. And it still hasn't fully given up its secrets. But then again, BremSter's not the best solver in the world. I know this. I've met him. Okay. So must put a 1 down here. Don't know. 2, not sure. 3, 4 is down here in one of those two. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We know, oh, this is a 3. This is just a 3 because the 3, 7 is saying 3 is not in those and the 3 is looking down. So that's a 3. So it's probably going to be the diagonals at some point, but I haven't got it yet. This is a very good puzzle. I know 8 is in one of those 3 and it's not there because it can't be because of the diagonal. So 8 is in one of those 2. 13. 9, 4 is fine. 8, 5 seems to be okay. 7, 6 isn't. So it's 9, 4 or 8, 5. And if this was 8, 5, this would be 8, 5. If this is 9, 4, that doesn't work. This can't be 9, 4 because with 9, 4 here and 9, 4 here, I'd have to put 9 and 4 down here, and that doesn't work because 9, 4, 9, 4, I'd have to put both 9 and 4 into that cell. So this isn't 9, 4, this is 8, 5. So this is 8, 5, and that works because I've got 8, 5 down here. That's nice. So these, 1, 2, 3, I need to put a 4 somewhere. 5, 6 is over here. Well, hang on, I know what these are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These are 1 and 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. These are 2, 4, and 9, and that one can't be 2. So that's 4, 9. This is 2, 4, 9, and I'm completely lost. Oh, the 5, 6 makes that the 8 and that the 5. So I've now got the 5 on this diagonal. The 8 looks back, making that the 3 and that the 8, which means this isn't the 8. This is the 8 because of the diagonal and the 8 X-wing. I couldn't put 8 in any of those or any of those, which means that's the 5, that's the 8. This isn't 5, so this isn't 3. Oh, there's no 5 in this column. This is 1, 7, making that the 3 and that the 7. So this diagonal is only missing 4 digits. 1, 2, I've got 3, I don't have 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 4, 7. There's no 1 here, so 1, that's not it. There's no 4 there. There's no 7 there. Nah. 8 in this box is restricted though. That 8 eliminates those. That 8 eliminates that. That is the 8, and this is a triple. So 2, 4, 9, and there's no 9 in those. That's a 9, which puts the 9 on the diagonal, taking 9 off there, and that's a 2, 4 pair, putting a 1 in the center of the grid, which makes that the 7. The 1 and the 7 makes that the 2 and that the 4. The 2 looks across, making that the 3 and that the 2. The 1 looks across, making that the 7 and that the 1. This is beautiful. I love this. This is great. On this now, on this negative diagonal, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't have 5, 6. I've got 7, 8, 9. So these are a 5, 6 pair. And the 5 is looking up, making that the 6, that the 5, which looks up, making that the 6 and that the 5. The 7, of course, makes that the 1. So this is a triple, which is 2, 3, and 7. There's no 2 there. So that's a 3, 7 pair. The 2 is looking down, making that the 9. So this is going to be the 1 that's not in the column. So this is a 2, 4 pair, which means that's the 9, which means that's the 4, that's the 2, looking up, making that the 4 and that the 2. The 2 looks across, making that the 4 and that the 2. This column is missing its 9. These 1, 2, 3, 5, and 6. The 3 and the 6 already in row 4 makes that the 5. So this is a 3, 6, and I don't have a resolution on that yet. The 9 looks up, making that the 4. There's going to be stuff all over the place I haven't scanned correctly. The 4 looks down, making that the 2 and that the 4. The 2 looks up, saying that's not the 2. This triple, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 9. There's no 6 there. There's no 7 there. There's no 9 there. Huh. So in this box, 1, 2, I need to put a 3 in here, in one of those two. 4, 5, 6, I need to put a 7 in one of those two. because I can't put a 7 here. So 7 is looking down, making that 3, that 7. The 3 and the 7 are looking up, making that 2. I could have used the 3-7 pair, but I got there a different way. And I need to put a 9 in here, which is in one of those two. So this is 3, 9, this is 7, 9, and this is 3, 7. I can remove the corner marks and then try and do some scanning. The 6 is looking down, making that the 8 and that the 6. The 8 is looking up, making that the 9 and that the 8. I could have put the 1 here, but the 9 makes that the 3, which makes that the 7, which makes that the 9, which makes that the 7, which makes that the 6, which makes that the 9. The 6 makes that the 3 and that the 6, and I will use that 7 to make that the 3 and that the 7, and that is the solution to The Well by Ambrose. It's had 11 solves in since the timer got put on. This would have been solved more than 11 times, but in the last 2 years, this has only had 11 solves. Let's fix that. Let's absolutely fix that. Beautiful puzzle, Ambrose. Loved it. Thank you, thank you, thank you for entering the community and doing all of the amazing stuff you've done. I might have a look at some other Ambrose puzzles if I can. Thank you everyone for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. I'll provide a link below to, of course, this puzzle, but also to the BremSter stream where Ambrose was interviewed. And as always, good luck with your solving.